Liverpool transfer news. Inside the race for Alexander Isak and Mark Guéhi as Reds plot. $500M summer rebuild. Liverpool's transfer business is heating up fast, with blockbuster decisions looming over Alexander Isak and Mark Guéhi in what could prove a defining window for Arne Slot's new era. Liverpool transfer news as Newcastle valuation of Alexander Isak revealed and Mark Guéhi update. Liverpool's summer rebuild is gathering pace at a pivotal moment. After a turbulent year marked by the unimaginable tragedy of Diogo Jota's death and the emotional exit of Jurgen Klopp, Arne Slot's tenure as Liverpool manager now faces its first true test, not on the pitch, but in the transfer market. The Premier League champions are preparing to back their new manager heavily, but the latest developments surrounding Alexander Isak and Mark Guéhi show just how complicated and expensive their recruitment mission will be. Hugo Ekitike agreement edges closer as Reds prepare to reinforce. Attack reports from The Athletic suggest Liverpool have already secured the framework of an agreement for Hugo Ekitike, the Eintracht Frankfurt striker whose profile seems tailored to Arne Slot's system. Sources indicate the deal, when fully realized through various performance-based add-ons, could rise to a mammoth $110 million package. Ekitike's arrival feels both proactive and reactive. Proactive, as Liverpool have monitored the player for over 12 months, and reactive given the potential departure of Darwin Núñez and, of course, the devastating loss of Diogo Jota. The club cannot afford to be light up front, especially as they eye fresh domestic and European glory. At just 22, Ekitike's blend of movement, technical skill, and finishing instinct looks like a natural complement to Luis Diaz, Mohamed Salah, and Cody Gakpo. His recruitment signals a clear intent to refresh and future-proof Liverpool's attacking unit, with or without Núñez. However, the looming question remains: will Ekitike arrive alone, or will Liverpool double down and pursue Alexander Isak as well? Alexander Isak's Newcastle future in doubt amid Liverpool interest. The Alexander Isak saga has rumbled on for months, but it appears to be reaching a more decisive phase. Newcastle manager Eddie Howe's comments following the Swedish striker's absence from their preseason friendly against Celtic have only intensified the speculation. "It was my decision. I decided to send him home due to the speculation around him," said Howe. "The last thing he wanted is to be sat in the stand watching. That wasn't fair to him." While Howe projects confidence that Isak will remain at St. James Park, Liverpool's interest has never wavered. According to The Telegraph, Newcastle have slapped a staggering £150 million, $201.2 million valuation on Isak far north. Of the £120 million, $161 million Liverpool are reportedly willing to pay. Newcastle's valuation, a deal-breaker or negotiation tactic? The valuation places Isak among the most expensive players in football history, particularly in the Premier League. It would eclipse the fee paid for Jack Grealish and even Declan Rice. Liverpool have historically hesitated to enter, yet Liverpool's finances bolstered by outgoing sales Trent Alexander-Arnold, or Alquanza, Koeman Kelleher, alongside potential exits for Darwin Núñez and Harvey Elliott, could facilitate a splurge of this magnitude. Still, Liverpool will be wary of overcommitting financially. Isak is undeniably a special talent, combining athleticism with technical poise and a keen eye for goal. But Newcastle's stubborn stance reflects the scarcity of elite forwards in the market. Howe himself admitted, "Your top players are so hard to find. They are so hard to recruit and develop. We are desperate to keep him as part of our team." Despite Howe's public declarations, the door remains slightly ajar. Liverpool's willingness to stretch their financial boundaries could hinge on how Newcastle navigate profit and sustainability rules, PSR a factor potentially forcing them to reconsider even their brightest star's future. Can Liverpool realistically sign both Ekitike and Isak? Hugo Ekitike arrives for $110 million, and Newcastle stands firm at $201 million for Isak. Liverpool would effectively be investing over $300 million in two center forwards within the same summer. It sounds implausible, but this is not a normal window for Liverpool. Following Diego Jota's death, Liverpool are moving with a mindset sharpened by circumstance. Depth, goals, and security up front are non-negotiable, with Nunez likely to be moved on and doubts persisting over Mohamed Salah's long-term future. A double striker reinforcement may yet prove logical. This is a rare window where logic may not align with historical patterns. Liverpool's hierarchy are prioritizing the here and now. Their spending could reflect that, should both deals materialize. Liverpool's total gross spend this summer would push $500 million. When factoring in previous investments and potential reinforcements elsewhere, center-back reinforcements still on the agenda. Mark Guéhi in focus while the attack commands headlines. Liverpool's need for a central defensive addition has not been forgotten. Mark Guéhi remains one of the club's most serious targets to bolster the back line. The Crystal Palace defender, highly rated within the England setup and admired by Arne Slot for his positional intelligence and calmness in possession, fill a key gap in Liverpool's defensive depth chart, especially with Joel Matip gone and Ibrahima Konate's fitness still a concern, according to BBC Sports' Sami Mokbel. While there has been no formal club-to-club progress, a deal remains very much alive. My understanding at the moment is that there isn't anything club-to-club yet. I expect that to happen in some form or another in the not-too-distant future. Knowing how Palace operate, it won't necessarily be easy. Jai's price, another stumbling block. Palace reportedly wants £65 million, $87.1 million, despite Jai having just 1 year left on his contract, a fee many in the industry feel is excessive. Last summer, Newcastle tried and failed with offers hovering around $81 million. Palace's valuation might yet soften, but Liverpool must tread carefully. Unlike Isak or Ekitike isn't a glamour signing. He's a necessity, an investment. Instability at the back after a season of defensive inconsistency. But necessity doesn't always come cheap, especially not in a summer where selling clubs smell desperation in Merseyside's air. Financial considerations. How is Liverpool funding this summer's business? Liverpool's reported spending power has prompted debate, especially following the Alexander Arnold sale, which shocked the fan base. Combined with other outgoings, however, Liverpool's books now reflect a club ready to reinvest aggressively. Players sold reported fee: Trent Alexander-Arnold $120 million, Jarell Quansah $50 million, Kaoim Kelleher $35 million expected, Darwin Nunez $90 million expected, Harvey Elliott $60 million total sales, $355 million. These outgoings, paired with commercial growth and Champions League prize money, provide the framework for Liverpool's war chest. Even allowing for PSR compliance, the club appears to have room for two marquee signings and a center-back. But it will push them close to financial thresholds unseen since the Felipe Coutinho sale fueled a title-winning rebuild. Arne Slot's vision and tactical evolution driving transfer strategies. Slot's desire for versatility in attack is shaping these moves. Both Ekitike and Isak fit his preference for forwards who can drift, combine, and interchange rather than operate as static. No 9 South, the former. Feyenoord boss views pressing from the front and fluid attacking rotations as non-negotiable. Luis Diaz is central to this, but with Salah entering his twilight years, depth and future-proofing are vital. Similarly, in defense, Slot's preference for a high line and technical defenders demands reinforcements like Guéhi, who can play aggressively without compromising in possession. What's next for Liverpool? Key questions remaining this summer. 1. Can Liverpool convince Newcastle to sell Isak below £150 million? Negotiations may yet hinge on PSR pressures. Newcastle blink, Liverpool's path to Isak becomes clearer. 2. Will Darwin Núñez's exit fund the final push? Atletico Madrid and Juventus remain keen. His sale could unlock the funds for Guéhi or tip the scales towards completing both striker deals. 3. Is Salah staying another year? A Saudi bid remains possible. His future affects how much? Liverpool gamble on Isak alongside Ekitike. 4. Could Guéhi be secured at a reduced fee? If Palace refuse to budge, Liverpool might pivot elsewhere. But Guéhi remains the ideal slot signing for this summer. Conclusion: Liverpool's biggest window since Klopp's peak years. This transfer window is shaping up as one of Liverpool's most transformative in the post-Klopp era. The emotional shadow of Diogo Jota's passing hangs over everything, but the ambition within the corridors of Anfield is clear: rebuild, evolve, and compete immediately. Whether they land Ekitike alone, Isak alone, or both, Liverpool are prepared to spend big and reshape their squad around Arne Slot's modern principles. The addition of a center-back like Mark Guéhi will further stabilize this evolution. The question now isn't whether Liverpool are ambitious. It's whether they can convince selling clubs to play ball or pay the ultimate premium to get what they want.